Hey, Dameon, what's happening?
Not much, Steve. How are you today, sir?
Man, I'm doing good. I got a bunch of good memories over in Milwaukee.
I'm glad you brought that up. We're happy to have you here on My 24 Milwaukee. Milwaukee, the place where Austin 316 was born at the King of the Ring in 1996. A special moment, of course, for everyone, but more so you, because it seemed to really be the springboard, the launching pad, if you will, for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Was that something you had thought about before, or did it just happen spontaneously on that stage?
Hey, the real deal, that happened spontaneous on the day. I wrestled the first match. I wrestled Mark Marrow. He kicked me in the mouth. They took me to the hospital in an ambulance, put 14 stitches in my lip. I knew that when I came back, I was going to take on Jake the Snake Roberts in the final. When I was gone, he had cut a religious promo on me, and so as soon as someone gave me that news, that's when I said, okay, this is what I'm going to say. So it was totally ad-libbed. Had Jake never used that reference that he did, the Austin 316 would not have been born. So there was a lot of things. The stars all aligned for that promo to happen. So I have many fond memories of Milwaukee there at the Mecca Arena.
Did you think that when you said that, as it being spontaneous and just a spur-of-the-moment thing, did you think that it would launch into the Austin 316 saying, the Austin 316 merchandise?
Absolutely had no idea. I said it because, it was just something to play off what he said. And then, at the end of that promo, I could hear Vince starting to wrap it up because he was doing the commentary back then, and they were feeding the house with that RF mic. And so I knew that I needed a button at the end of that promo. So then at the end, I said, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. So the next night at Monday Night Raw, there were the 316 signs. There was a Stone Cold said so sign. So it was a fluke. It was just something that the opportunity presented itself, and I hit a grand slam at an event which I was never even supposed to win because Triple H
Right.
was originally supposed to win that pay-per-view, but because of some political reasons and some trouble he got himself into, I was plan B. So it was a very lucky night at the office there in Milwaukee.
And as we've been hearing lately, there is always a plan B, right?
There always is. Got to be.
We're going to talk about the new show, Broken Skull Challenge, which premieres tomorrow night on CMT in just a moment. But current wrestling, I know you have the podcast and you talk about your thoughts, and you've had guests on. You're part of WrestleMania 30, obviously. But a lot of people, and I've heard your thoughts, but a lot of people have had some negative things to say about John Cena. John Cena, the man who won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship this past Sunday at Money in the Bank. What's your opinion on John Cena, especially more important coming from you, arguably the biggest star in the history of professional wrestling? What do you think of John Cena and the fans' reaction, at least the very vocal internet fans' reaction to John Cena?
Let me speak to the vocal internet fans first. I just think that, we've had so much John Cena that they're ready for change. But let me say what my thoughts about John Cena are. He's going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's been 10 years on top. He's had an unprecedented type of run. He's walking the edge of a razor blade. Some people hate him, some people love him. But at the end of the day, everyone respects him. I look at what he does, and I'm amazed because, people think, okay, the next thing for him to do is to turn heel. Well, he sees so many kids, these people that really look up to and emulate John. He does so many things for Make-A-Wish, and he's the face of that franchise. So I think he's doing a wonderful job. And again, that's the thing about pro wrestling, is it's all subjective. My favorite might be Ric Flair. Someone else's favorite might be Ultimate Warrior. When I look at the body of work that John Cena's turned in, he's kicking ass, and he's had a hell of a career. So I have nothing but respect for the guy because I know how hard he works. And every time I see him, whether he's dead dog tired or fresh as a daisy, he's always got a smile on his face. If you're going to have a guy that's going to be the backbone of your company, you can find nobody better than John Cena, and that's the truth.
Wow. All right. Well, truer words never been spoken. Tomorrow night, Steve, I'm very excited about the Broken Skull Challenge. Of course, this comes off the heels of your show Redneck Island that you did for 3 seasons on CMT as well. Tell us what we're going to see tomorrow night on the Broken Skull Challenge.
I came up with the concept for Broken Skull Challenge on the set of Redneck Island, which is a competition show where you're voted off the island. It's a process of elimination. I grew up competing in football, baseball, track, and had to compete to be the #1 pro wrestler in the world. I love physical competition, so I came up with a show that I could host, that I could set the table for athletes to come and put their best on the line. So each week I bring 8 elite athletes to the ranch. We go through 3 rounds of competition, very physical in nature. At the end of the day, out of 8 athletes, 1 is left standing. The next day, that person will come back and take on my personal obstacle course, which I designed, and it's named the Skullbuster. I named it the Skullbuster because it's designed to whoop a man's ass. Now, this is a half-mile course, 10 grueling obstacles. If you can beat my course, I will give you $10,000. If someone else has already beat my course, if you beat their time, I will give you their $10,000. So the people that came from the world of CrossFit, Spartan races, Tough Mudders, MMA and pro wrestling, all love a challenge and all love to compete, men and women.
Who do you think has a better chance, a man or a woman, to win it? That's what's
well. That's the thing.
Is,
now, it's 10 different episodes, but the men compete against the men in 5 episodes, and women versus women. And I tell you what, it's alpha males and alpha women. These people were badasses, all of them. And we also had a couple of sleepers out there. There was a couple of cats that showed up, and you think, oh, this person's not going to do so well. All of a sudden, when I said go, they whipped everybody's ass. So it's a lesson in don't judge a book by its cover.
Fantastic. That's the Broken Skull Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. It's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on CMT. Steve Austin, it's a privilege and an honor to have you here on this show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night on the Broken Skull Challenge on CMT.
Thanks for the help.